Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Battleborn. Let's talk about shards and gear. How is it going, everyone? This is something different from my usual guides or commentary videos. I actually will not commentate on the gameplay itself. I just want to lay down a few of my thoughts about shards and gear. So, not too long ago I was in an incursion match with a good friend of mine, and he just started out Battleborn. He's completely new to the game, and I think he's currently level 12, but that is actually a little bit later after the game took place. So he just unlocked Galilea and wanted to obviously try her out, with me advising him, giving him a little bit of tips and supporting him with my Miko build. However, obviously he is extremely unexperienced with her, so to balance that out I asked in the voice chat if someone in our team could go another tank to basically negotiate, or not negotiate, but to, yeah, just balance out our team a little bit more. At that very time we already had chosen our characters and couldn't change them anymore, and another guy in the group as well had chose Marquis, so not a tank at all, but more damage support. And so another friend of mine who was also in our pre-made team said, okay, I will also help you out with some heals, and took Alani. So there was only one way we could basically clear out that, like, a little drawback we had from my friend being unexperienced with Galilea, and that would be getting another tank or just getting a guy that is extremely good in PvP and player kills. And the guy we teamed up with took Benedict, and I was like, okay, maybe we'll just play a little differently this time. If this guy is good, he can help us out with damage support massively and chase the enemies down if they want to retreat. So I wasn't like sad about his choice or something. It was actually a valid choice. However, I was worried about being able to support my Galilea, since she was really new to the game, as I told you before. So what I did in the chat is I had a really good item which increased my heals for about 20% when I had it. And 20% with Miko and your biosynthesis and stuff like that is extremely good. So I told in the chat, guys, to support you even more, it would be extremely great if I could get these shards at the very beginning to get that specific item. I already had passive shards item from the very beginning, to further my sharding even more, to get it even faster. So we ran out to the battlefield and I got a few shards. By no means enough to get my item, but it was a fair amount to get started in the game and get my passive shards going, so I wouldn't have to worry about getting all the shards that will spawn. So we ran out on the battlefield and we got a pretty good start. Our Alani did a great job at helping me out with the heals on Galilea, and we were able to push the enemies back a little bit. And at that time the other shards spawned and I was, okay, please let me get these shards and let me support the Galilea even more. These are the only ones I know I need. I already have passive shards that will help me through the whole game. And that Benedict started to extremely complain. I don't know why exactly, but he said, you don't need shards, you have passive shards, and it's everything, he basically flamed a lot. And I obviously didn't like that. He already didn't engage in any team play because he was back sharding all the time while we were trying to defend the lane and pushing back. And the second the shards spawned, he completed all of them. Like he got all of them except for that one where I got. And like when I was running towards these shards, he basically stole them from me, even though I asked him specifically to not steal the shards I would need to get a specific item to support not only me, but all of our teammates with heals. And then I told him, dude, what the fuck are you doing? I specifically told you that I need these shards to support our unexperienced Galilea. And that guy just started flaming again and said that, but you don't have 3 legendaries you need to unlock. And I was like, Well, each legendary takes 1800 shards to unlock, if you know a little bit about the legendaries in this game. And this is quite a lot of shards if you have 3 of them. It's about 5400 shards, I think, pretty much exactly 5400 shards. And with that amount of shards you can build a lot of turrets, you can get a lot of XP, you can support your teammates with building healing stations and support your teammates with building minions and push lanes. And you will also get a lot of XP while building this stuff. And I was thinking, is it actually worth it? Is it worth it to use your shards that early in the game to get your legendaries? And as I told you, this guy had 3 legendaries. And the reason it got me thinking is, when you get your legendaries, you will obviously start to get stronger. I mean, there are a few legendaries out there that are, in my opinion, ridiculously strong. But what you are trading for that are damage, support, and experience. And not only that, at the very beginning I specifically told them that I need that 1 healing given item, so I will give 20% more heals. This is an item that will help out everyone in the team, because I will be able to heal everyone 20% faster. That is also the exact reason why I am telling my tanks every time I go into a game that they should let me get the shards, so I will be able to heal 20% more. And actually healing 20% more is more worth it than 20% more healing received for the tank, because my healing will affect everyone in the team. And I think you guys by now know where this is going. There are a few items that will benefit everyone in the team, especially when you have a support. So it would be much better for the support to get the items first, instead of the tanks or the players who will receive the item, because the items of the healers will affect everyone in the team and not only that specific person and his specific build. But now back to that example for this guy having 3 legendaries. And having 3 legendaries is again a completely different story, because these legendaries are so shard expensive that you will in fact need so many of them that the rest of the team will not be able to have any of them. Like when this guy basically took all shards on the map, and at the same time he couldn't even unlock all his legendaries. And I thought, okay, there are a few characters in the game that will need these shards at the very beginning really badly. And Dandy, for example, is one of these characters. The other ones are Whiskey Foxtrot. He needs to get to level 6 really badly so he can get his napalm grenades. Or Eldragon, because he will need his ultimate to actually be able to do any real damage in PvP. Now, Dandy is a really great example for that, because she has like this absolute damage peak and PvP peak where she gets just so much stronger, and with her it's a little bit lower, and it's not level 6 or level 5, it is actually her level 3 skill where she is able to knock up enemies. But before that, she is basically not able to get a one-on-one kill on any enemies because she has no slow and the enemies will just be able to run away if you don't have the full support of your teammates. And this game I'm showing you currently is basically one of the very good games where we are able to level up, and I'm getting my shards at the very beginning, so I'm able to actually help out my teammates sooner than I would have when just one guy would have hoarded all the shards by himself. And I think currently I actually have like 4,000 shards with it, which is basically the amount of shards the other guy took by himself through the whole game I was talking about earlier. And I am currently level 5 and I'm also able to unlock my ultimate and help my teammates out even more. So, in the end, it just basically boils down to the question, is it worth it? Is it worth it to just have one guy collect all shards and get all his legendaries and basically just hoard all these shards to maybe be extremely strong or maybe even help out your teammates even a little bit more? And in my opinion at least, I think it's totally not worth it. And now let me exactly tell you why. So this game is a prime example on me being completely worthless at the very beginning. But the moment you see me getting to level 5, I'm actually able to help out my enemies, not my enemies, my allies, like super good. As you just saw now, like the boulder was trapped and maybe even was trapped a second time in the other trap there. But the gold was just not able to deal any damage to Boulder because I was able to help him out with my knockup. Sure, without my knockup I would have been able to help him out as well, like a little bit, but I'm pretty sure that Boulder would have taken a lot more damage if he would have had the support of me knocking up that gold and then chasing the enemies away together with the Miko. And the reason I was able to help him was because I was able to gather shards at the very beginning as a character that is pretty weak at the very beginning. And with that I was able to level up, and the moment I was level 3 I basically don't have to get these shards as badly anymore because I'm just able to help out my teammates and get now assists and even kills. And the same thing goes with the Whiskey Foxtrot. If you've ever played Whiskey Foxtrot, you will know just how hard it is early in the game before you unlock your napalm grenades that will just be able to deal damage to the enemies. I am pretty sure that if I was not able to level up in this game as quickly as I would have, we would have probably lost. Because the good thing is that even though I was not able to deal any real damage or get any kills or even a lot of minion kills at the very beginning of this game, I was still able to keep up with the leveling of my teammates and the enemies to turn the game around. And this is just the power of shards and the power of being able to build. I built a lot of turrets to help out my teammates deal with the minions. I built healing stations, I built minions, and all of these things don't only help you out as the one leveling up with them, but they will also help out your teammates with pushing the enemies and with dealing with the minions and getting quick kills on the minions and damage support if an enemy is stunned from the Stinger turret. So the reason for giving the shards to the weaker characters at the very beginning is that when you don't level up with these weaker characters, like Dandy or Melka, Whiskey Foxtrot, and especially El Dragon, is that they will fall behind in levels. And the moment they fall behind in levels and don't have any real support for maybe healing characters or healers like Miko, they will actually start to feed the enemies. And at that point, falling behind the enemies in levels will just make the game harder and harder. Because with each kill you will get about, I think, like 33% of a whole level. And as you can see, when you have a character in your team like El Dragon that is easy to kill at the very beginning and he starts to feed the enemies with his deaths, you will fall behind in the game super quickly and the game will be pretty clear. And that is exactly the reason why I tell you to let the weaker characters take the shards at the very beginning and help your teammates out with that, instead of blindly rushing in trying to get the shards at the very beginning so you can just play your game and be a little bit stronger with more attack speed or a little bit more attack damage, because at the very end it's just not worth it. Because even if you are strong for the time being, maybe the weaker characters will just have such a hard time to keep up with the game. So ladies and gentlemen, these are my thoughts on sharding and gear at the very beginning of the game, and if it's worth it to have 3 legendaries in your loadout when these shards can be used to level up and help out the weaker characters engage in the game just so much more. So guys, please let me know in the comments below if you agree with me or if you have a different opinion, and if you have a different opinion, please state it as well. I really would like to see how you guys feel about this matter. I, for my part, really think that giving the shards to the weaker characters or the characters that will affect everyone in the team, like healers or stuff like that, are actually more worth it than helping yourself out with getting all these legendaries or all your items that you super duper need to get a little bit more stronger. But yeah, guys, if you like it, leave a like. If you dislike it, leave a dislike. And if your feelings are a little bit more complicated, please leave a comment. And with that, Melee Pieces out. Please enjoy the rest of my gameplay here. It was a pretty good D&D game, and I hope to catch you guys next time. Cheers and bye bye.